Your phone went straight to voicemail, so I hope everything's okay. It sounds like some pretty weird, sketchy stuff is going on. Give me a call as soon as you get this. At least text me because I want to see if you're okay. All right.
Genocide, war, corruption, every fucking day, somewhere in the world, somebody sacrifices his life to save somebody else. Every fucking day, someone somewhere takes a conscious decision to destroy someone else. People find love, people lose it. For Christ's sake, a child watches a mother beaten to death on the steps of a church. Someone goes hungry. Somebody else betrays his best friend for a woman. If you can't find that stuff in life, then you, my friend, don't know crap about life.
unmanned satellite is naturally limited in the transmission of information. Part of Sun Probe's equipment was a cine camera set to take 1 picture a minute for the duration of the flight. Roll the film, please. The far side of the Sun, over 100 million miles from Earth, hidden from the eyes of radio telescopes by the Sun itself. Now, at this point in the flight, a strange thing happened. The gyro mechanisms aboard were influenced by another magnetic field, and the capsule slowly started to rotate. Now, if you watch your screens carefully, you'll see that the capsule's cine camera was panned off the Sun towards the force that was attracting it. That force, gentlemen, was the gravitational pull of another planet.
Your phone went straight to voicemail, so I hope everything's okay. It sounds like some pretty weird, sketchy stuff is going on. Give me a call as soon as you get this. At least text me so telling us if you're okay. Alright.
Announcing enormous delays, and this is the reason why. The city is simply under siege. We have a city that has been aflame for all day and all night, of course. And in my drive over here from South Central Los Angeles, we simply noticed dozens and dozens of buildings, businesses, either looted or vandalized or burned in some way. It is simply amazing. I stand in awe and amazement over what has been taking place throughout the city.
As you know, there's many areas that are having problems with electricity, isn't it? This fire is again a little deeper into Compton. Is that near the?
Running across the Southland, you hear stories of it all across the Southland.
We just don't have any exact numbers on those things.
That sets this apart from Watts and makes it so different from the Watts riots of 27 years ago. Those are pretty well confined. We're talking about neighborhoods miles and miles and miles away where people are being beaten, where there's looting, where fires are being set indiscriminately. Went running up to an apartment house. Now, what kind of political statement do you make with that?
And we were just able to see up Parthenia in the other direction, another blaze apparently just breaking out. And so the valley does seem to be quite tense at this time, particularly here in the Sepulveda area, where there are a number of people on the streets breaking the curfew, taunting police, and continuing to loot here. Another one came up and made some mild threats toward us and our camera here. Again, it's a very tense situation in the valley. We haven't seen this thus far. The violence does seem to be spreading. We drove down Sepulveda, saw a number of storefronts which had been broken out across the intersection there. I don't know if you can see them. Just moments ago, there were about 20 people there, again, having a confrontation with police. Someone threw a bottle. The police went after them. It's been back and forth, the few minutes we've been at this intersection. Right now, the police had torn out after a car that had been taunting them. The other concern right now in the San Fernando Valley is fires. We are getting reports of several fires burning in the valley, and the smoke is evidence of that. But when I spoke to the city fire officials, we were not able to confirm the blazes as yet. We have one going at Willis and Parthenia. That's the one that the city fire crews were able to verify.
To get out of there, these are just looking for trouble. Obviously, they're going along, and even the kid there broke a window. And so if you're in violation of the curfew in the greater Los Angeles tonight without a very good reason, you will find trouble with the police.
Michael, things have escalated dramatically in the last 15 minutes. That is the third flag that you are looking at. They have given the order to charge here because I see them come forward.
They appear to be retreating, Jody. Now they're
addressed earlier this afternoon.
Burning out of control, no fire department present. Just west of downtown Los Angeles. Point downward, Marika. What you're looking at is essentially 4th, 5th, 6th Street, Olympic Boulevard, Alvarado, Blaine, Bixel, the area just west of downtown Los Angeles. And you'll see a single-story commercial structure burning out of control.
Seeing is the poor people of Los Angeles speaking the voice of the poor people all across America. Their kids haven't eaten. Why are the young people excluded? Because they got no future. You haven't given us anything, and you sit back on your TV so surprised. We know shop here. I like these stores, but the bottom line is, this is something that you guys have been ignoring for so long, and today is payday.
Time 6:02.
20 minutes have passed.
We're having one store that apparently is being looted at this time. This may be the flashpoint of the unrest that people were talking about. This flashpoint of the unrest that people were talking about.
A special plan had been worked out in advance, but
We cannot get any PD for you. We have an injured fireman, and we still have no PD at Adams and Hobart. Right for 6 help. We've got shots fired.
That are running around literally in fury, yelling and screaming. They can't get to the calls because they don't have police escorts.
We have a fireman shot. We have a fireman shot. We need help immediately.
We were on Vermont.
having gone in without a police escort, they decided to abandon their truck. How the zone of fire and destruction spreads throughout Los Angeles, to Hollywood, and other more affluent areas.
So now you have a situation where you don't have a singular flashpoint, you have multiple flashpoints that are occurring all over, and they're occurring almost simultaneously.
Communication, any kind of communication, is at a premium that night. It is almost impossible to get through to any law enforcement agency. The 911 emergency phone lines are clogged to the point of paralysis.
It went like a forest fire. It started in a lot of different places at pretty much the same time.
Some people are accused, some people of crime, some people get away with losing my rhyme. They don't like where I'm coming from, so they play dumb. Diggity dumb.
Heather Cliff is good.
Lily's Malibu and the pavilions?
Sure, exactly.
Oh, know exactly where that is.
Right.
How quickly these winds can push things just across the 101. We are checking to see how the evacuation orders are changing. Oh no.
It jumped.
Oh no.
It jumped.
We will not allow American cities to be threatened with destruction. American cities to be threatened with destruction. We will not allow American cities to be threatened with destruction. Leverage. This disastrous deal gave this regime, and it's a regime of great terror, some of it in actual cash. A great embarrassment to me as a citizen and to all citizens of the United States. But it wasn't. At the heart was a giant fiction that a murderous regime desired only a peaceful nuclear energy program. Today, we have definitive proof that this Iranian promise was a lie and took a proud nation hostage, that they refused to negotiate a new deal. They refuse, and that's fine. I'd probably say the same thing if I was in their position.
Moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try. She was married.
Huge news, Sarah.
No, Nancy.
Yeah.
No, this was marriages, and I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. Moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look.
Jeez, your girl's hot as shit. In the purple.
Whoa!
Yes!
Whoa!
Yes, the dollar score!
I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. Do anything.
far side of the Sun, over 100 million miles from Earth, hidden from the eyes of radio telescopes. The jarring mechanisms aboard were influenced by another magnetic field, and the capsule slowly started to rotate. Now if you watch your screens carefully, you'll see that the capsule's cine camera was panned off the Sun towards the force that was attracting it. That force, gentlemen, was the gravitational pull of...
Your phone went straight to voicemail, so I hope everything's okay. Sounds like some pretty weird, shifty stuff is going on. Give me a call as soon as you get this. At least text me, so tell us if you're okay. Alright.
Okay, yeah, because it's getting bad here and I need to change batteries and actually be able to roll on something. Hopefully you guys are rolling on all that.